Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Unscripted Conversations with Coach Jackie and Coach Shalonda. Dive deep with us as we navigate and discuss the journey of life, personal growth, and the pursuit of clarity and purpose. From mindset to entrepreneurship and everything in between. Join us for candid and unscripted discussions and a journey of self discovery. Get ready to challenge, reflect, and grow. And today, you guys, our topic is self-care selfish? Woo, is self-care selfish? But before we dive into that, last time we talked about setbacks and comebacks and all of that. And I just want to check in with you because I know after I got off, I said, whoa, I've had some setbacks, but I've had some comebacks. So I'm like, let me check in with my coach over here. How are you, coach? Are you having some setbacks, some comebacks? How were you after that conversation of ours?
I think I came back.
All
I
right.
think I came back.
I'm glad it was a good conversation.
What about you?
I did. It was reflective. It was a moment of reflection. And so I'm glad today, after talking about the setbacks and the comebacks, that we could talk about self-care. Is it selfish? So I'm just gonna jump right in. What do you think? Is it selfish?
Not at all.
You don't think
I,
so? Okay, tell
I
us.
don't think it's selfish at all. I think it's wise that you take care of yourself, because how can we be good for anyone else if we haven't been good for ourselves? And so often, how often do we go, do? We have these long list of things that we make ourselves responsible for. And at the end of the day, we're exhausted, we're overwhelmed, we're frustrated. We experience so many emotions because we haven't really taken the time to take care of ourselves.
Ooh, I'm gonna put you on a hot seat. I'm gonna ask you a coaching question that I normally ask. Because this is unscripted, y'all. On a scale of 1 to 10, well, 1 being not at all, and 10 being like all day, every day. What's your self-care number? How, are you on that scale of actually taking care of yourself? What number would you give yourself?
Ooh, if I would be honest, I'd have to say I'm probably between a 4 and a 5.
Okay. Okay. Tell us about your 4 and 5 now. Now, what made you give yourself a 4 and 5 versus a 6, 7, or a 1, 2?
I think because sometimes I get so focused in some of the goals that I have that I
Mm-hmm.
don't take time to take care of myself. So I'll spend all day on the computer, all day, then I have to, make sure I'm taking care of my home, making sure I'm preparing a meal for my
Wow.
husband. So I'm not really taking any time for me and taking any
Wow.
time to do anything that. Now, I think last week I treated myself. I went and got a manicure and
Okay.
pedicure.
Okay. I
So
love
that
it.
helped me get to the 4.5.
I love it. I love it. And I'm so glad you said that because I think sometimes we have to stop and ask ourselves how often do we really take care? And if I'm being honest, I'll answer my own scale. You might be a little further than me to some degree. And so we can get better at this because if we're going to
Yes,
tell people, and I know we both tell our clients the
yes,
importance of self care, we're going to have to practice what we preach.
absolutely.
Yeah, and on the lines of that, well, before I even jump there, I know some people think self-care is just like taking a bath with a candle, and
Mhm.
and that is a form of self-care. That's one way that I sometimes I'm like, you know what, I just want a bubble bath, light some candles, I want to read a book, maybe watch my iPad, I'll set it up in there. So that is a form of self-care. Have a glass of wine, whatever you do, that could be your form of self-care. But there's so many areas that we have to have self-care in, whether it's physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. And so I'm wondering, do you ever think, how do I take care of myself in each one of those areas? And if so, do you want to share, if you don't mind, what are some ways in each of those areas that you kind of take care of yourself?
And if I could be transparent, I don't typically hit them all the
Gotcha.
time. There are times when I may be focusing more on one than the other, and I believe that's okay
Mhm.
to do that as long as you're making sure that you're, developing yourself. So when it comes to my emotional well-being, to me, that one is really, really important. And I have watched different YouTube episodes where that topic is being discussed. They're given, different tips and tools on how you can do that. When I think about my emotion, affirmations usually come to mind, and that's when I use scripture affirmation, as well as some of those I am affirmations, of saying that I'm beautiful, I'm wonderful, all those great things. And to me, those things are important as well. The one that I probably could work on the most, and that would be physical. I probably need to be a little more active than what I am, because as you heard me say earlier, I spend a great deal of time in front of the computer. So I probably need to get up and, find ways to exercise and move about a lot more than what I typically do.
Well, thank you for even sharing. And ironically enough, that's one of the big ones. I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm in my office, and like Coach Jackie, I sit in this office all the time. And y'all, this is unscripted. We're in our homes, we're chill. I'm in my office. I don't know, Miss Jackie somewhere, but nonetheless, we sit in these places all the time. And sometimes I'm like, I'm okay, because I don't mind. I enjoy what I do.
Absolutely.
But there's times I just need to get up and maybe go for a walk.
Yes.
And get outside and just walk my neighborhood. And I'll tell myself that, and I never get around to doing that. And one of the things that I enjoy doing as well is listening to music. And sometimes we just turn on some music and dance, and it'll just get my energy going. And I love going to concerts. As a way of self-care for myself. And emotionally, I love that you said that. I try to read, I listen to a lot of podcasts and things like that, sermons that pour back into me, just for my emotional well-being, because emotions, y'all, like I said before, they can have you all over the place. And so it's so important to be in control and in tune with your emotional needs. And we got to listen to ourselves, because our body and our mind will tell us where there's a need, and it's like, hey, you need more of this. And so I think this is so important, even our mental health. That is a big one. Taking care of your mental health, psychologically, where are you? Are you dealing with depression? Are you dealing with anxiety? Where are you on that scale? And it's like, I've been real anxious lately. So let me get that together. Let me find some ways to cope and some coping skills that I can implement to make sure my mental health is in a good space from a self-care standpoint. So outside of taking baths and lighting candles and all of that, there are so many ways that we can take care of ourselves. Sometimes family time, sometimes time away from family is self-care. You have to know where you are. Sometimes time with your friends. You mentioned just doing things for yourself, going on vacation when you can. And I used to think, oh, if I couldn't have this big grand vacation, sometimes, like you said, a staycation, you had mentioned that before, that is a vacation. You can go, there's times I've gone and gotten a room and just say, you know what, I'm gonna spend the night there, go down to the pool, just chill out. And just a way to say I'm taking a moment away to regroup, refocus, recharge, and then come back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love all those things because, I do the exact same thing. I love jazz. So I'll go to a jazz concert. I like going to the movies. I typically go out and, we go out to eat often, which I don't know. Like you said, we want to avoid things that cause us to do a lot of eating, but sometimes I definitely do that as well. Like I said, the physical aspect, vacations, that is another area where I can improve upon, because sometimes we think a vacation is I go visit my family in another state. To me, that's not a vacation.
Exactly.
So I'd rather go somewhere else where, I can go, my husband and I can go, and we can just have fun, enjoy each other, things of that nature.
What does fun look like for you? So since you're saying you need to do this, where's somewhere that you would want to go? We could do it two ways. We could have a little fun with this.
Okay.
So we could do it where if we waved our magic wand, money wasn't an issue, time, any of that wasn't an issue. Where would you want to go? And knowing that money could be an issue, where would you want to go? That's somewhere a little more realistic that you could do, let's say in the next 6 months or so.
Okay. I would love to go to a nice island. I haven't decided which one I would
Mhm.
want to go to, but that sounds really nice. And not the typical, what's the one to go to?
Like Bahamas or Jamaica?
Bahamas, Nassau,
Mhm.
I have done that. I would like to go a little further
Yeah.
out, um, that would be something I would really love to do.
Okay.
If I was going to choose one home or closer to where I am, I've kind of wanted to go to Myrtle Beach. I haven't been there. I heard it's really nice. So
Yeah.
I kind of want to do something like that.
What's it gonna take to get you to Myrtle Beach to do
Taking
some
the time to
self-care?
plan it. Yes.
Planning it. Okay. I went to Myrtle Beach, maybe 2018, 2019.
Okay. Did you enjoy it?
I did. And I've been a lot years and years ago. I did. Myrtle Beach is a nice little getaway. And I don't know about you, but I like going to the beach. I
Mhm.
don't know, it's just something about being at the beach. And it's probably because I'm in Indiana and I'm not near a beach really. I mean, we have bodies of water. I live next to a reservoir. We have Eagle Creek, where and guys, so we have reservoirs where all water activities go on, but an actual ocean. Um, I love going to the ocean. I'm not a big swimmer, but I will go and I'll go stand in there, go a little bit, but I don't go too far. But I think you need to start that planning process
That,
because I think that's doable and that's within reach.
yes, I agree.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
agree.
Now you don't want to go too far, because it can get a little chilly there. So
Mhm.
you want to go when it's warm, so that you can enjoy that. But I think it's so important that we think about that because
Mhm.
like if I wave up, sometimes somebody say, well, if you wave a magic wand, and I'm like, I don't even know, I don't even give it any thought.
Mhm.
And I'm like you, I'm like, I want to go to an island. I've never even been to like Jamaica. I've been to the Bahamas, but I've
Mhm.
never been to Jamaica, or I want to go to Aruba,
That was
or
fun.
Turks and Caicos, or
Mhm.
Trinidad and Tobago, or
Mhm.
just I want to go and do these things. And it's like I got my passport, but
Mhm.
I've never had it stamped. Because
Mhm.
when I was in the Bahamas, I was on a cruise. So
Mhm.
I'm like, what are we waiting for?
Mhm.
I mean, I think people make time for and have money for what they really want to make time for and have money for. So if planning, you can make time to plan you a little getaway. And I
Absolutely.
can find the money to go and do something if that's something I really want to do. Because another thing I wanted to ask you was about celebrating small wins. Because any win is a win. And
Mhm.
so last time we were talking about, setbacks and, having come ups from a setback and coming back. And it's like, those are wins. How did we really even celebrate? Did we take time to celebrate the small wins? And I'll be honest, I'm not very good at this. Sometimes I don't even take a moment to recognize it was a win. I
Mhm.
just keep going because life just has you going and going and going. But how are you about celebrating small wins? And do you have any suggestions or anything for those of us that don't?
Oh my world. It's so I mean, this is such an interesting conversation because I say it all the time. Do I
Mhm.
take time to do anything big? Really, I don't. I recognize them. I'll take
Good.
time to reflect and, recognize it. And the main time I really do that is when something kind of goes wrong. And then I begin to reflect, okay, well, this did go right. Well, this was good. You didn't accomplish that, but you did accomplish this. So that is probably my way of recognizing, my small wins, not doing anything big, but just actually recognize that they did occur.
Well, that's good that you at least are aware enough to say, let me recognize that this happened. And even if we don't do anything big, I think we have to, even in small ways, like we said, going out to dinner or, going to get our nails done or saying, you know what, there were some earrings I really wanted. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to go ahead and grab
Mhm,
those and things
mhm.
within reason.
Right.
But I think we have to think of ways that we can celebrate small wins. Because if we're not careful, sometimes God may think we're not even appreciative of it. And then it's like that was an accomplishment. Even if today we said we wanted to record so that
Mhm,
we can do a session for our guests,
mhm,
let's jump on. But this is a win because we
mhm.
said we wanted to do it. We set out to do
Absolutely.
it and we did it. So, okay, how are we going to celebrate today? When we get done, although we're not in the same place, what's one thing you can do where you are and one thing I can do over here in Indiana that we can celebrate? Let's put ourselves on the spot for our guests.
Okay, what can I do to celebrate that?
Yep. What you going to do today? It has
Oh,
to be
yeah.
today.
Actually, today,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to come around and do some cheer. Say woohoo! I
It's
did it.
something.
We did it.
Yeah, because I'm afraid if we wait until tomorrow, then the next thing will come, then the next thing will come,
You're
and we'll forget.
absolutely right.
And I'm like, I've been really wanting, and I don't need this, Lord knows I don't, but I've been wanting like a piece of cake or something. I'm like, I just wanted something sweet. I don't know what this is. So maybe I'll go get me a piece of cake. We have a
Oh,
place not too far from here, and you can get slices of cake and different things like that.
okay.
I might treat myself to a piece of
That
cake because
sounds good.
we followed through on what we said we were going to do today.
Yes, yes, we did. Yes, we
And
did.
that's self-care, even though it may not be the healthiest form, but it's self-care. And so now if I could get back to walking and things like that, we can do that. And so I've really enjoyed it because I think people need to hear that self-care is not
Yes.
selfish.
Yes.
Have you ever run into that where people think, oh, you're just being selfish? And I'll hear that sometimes. And I'm like, no, I'm really being selfless because if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of anybody else. And I think we have the tendency, I know I do, I'll speak for myself, as a mom, as a therapist, as a coach, as an entrepreneur, to take care of everything and everybody else and neglect ourselves. And to me, that's foolish. So to take care of yourself is not selfish.
Absolutely. And when you said that, it made me think that sometimes we have to set boundaries in
Mm.
order to be able to do that.
Oh my gosh, that B word, boundaries. Ooh, wait, and boundaries we say all the time is not to keep you out. It's
Right,
just to it's not about the other person or anybody or anything else. It's about yourself.
right.
It's what you need to stay healthy emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually.
Mhm.
That's what boundaries are for. But people think, oh, you have boundaries up and it's against me. It's not against you, it's for me. Just because I'm for me doesn't make me against you, which goes into this topic of self care. Just because I'm taking care of myself doesn't mean I'm not taking care of other people and other things. It just means, like on the airplane, put the mask on me first. Then I can put the mask on you because now I'm breathing and have the oxygen I need. Now I can help take care of you. But if I'm losing oxygen, it's like a bank account. If you keep taking out withdrawals and you're not depositing anything in, you're going to end up overdrawn or with a negative balance. And I know I've been there, done that. It's not fun. Then they hit you with a fee and you already overdrawn. You're like, now, if I'm overdrawn, I probably can't afford the fee you're giving me. But we don't want life to get us overdrawn. We want to make sure that we are continuing to pour in to ourselves, to make sure we're doing self-care, to make sure that we're putting deposits. And we need to do this daily. We need to do this daily. And you talked about affirmations, and I'm gonna read these and we can go. I had a lady send this to me, and I thought, oh my gosh, it was so good. I was so blessed. And she just sent it to me actually when I was out of town. These were daily reminders. And this is what they say. They say, you are already worthy.
Mm.
You are already strong. You are already capable. You are already beautiful. You are already deserving. You are already unique. You are already enough. You are already a light. You are already on a journey and you are already making an impact. So I just wanted to leave us with those on my end. That's all I got for you, Coach Jackie. We are already enough. We are already enough. So take care of yourself. Self-care is not selfish. It's foolish to not take care of yourself. It's foolish. So let's not be foolish. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's celebrate our small wins, you guys. That's all I have. What you got for us, Coach Jackie?
That's a mic drop. There's nothing to say after that.
Wasn't that good?
Yes, I want that to be imprinted in their mind. And if you go back and press replay and begin to say those things for yourself,
Absolutely.
very powerful.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, you can close us on out. I'm done. We are already. The word is you're already. Not I'm becoming. I'm already. I love it. I love it.
And that wraps up another insightful episode of Unscripted Conversations. We are so grateful to have you on this journey with us. And if you found value in our chat today, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who might benefit. Remember, life's richest lessons often come from unscripted moments. Until next time, keep growing and keep discovering.
See you next time.